So around August 2019 was a really sad phase of my life. I had nobody to turn to, empty pockets, because I moved to New York City for the first time to further my studies. But all of this changed with just one nature photograph I did on my iPhone. It started to draw my attention more towards nature photography because I started to look at tutorials, nature videos, and by just visiting new places around New York City to take photographs, of course. It changed my entire perspective of life, which resulted in me becoming a nature photographer. So, as a nature photographer today and a student, I would like to tell you the importance of doing nature photography because it helps you financially, two, mentally, and three, socially. For example, my situation, which has changed drastically from then to now. In order for nature photography to make you financially stable, you'd have to create blogs. Blogging has been around for a number of years and people really do make money from blogging. You don't believe me? Take for instance Mark Cuban, once an amateur photographer, now an entrepreneur. Is that he used his business idea to create a business that didn't even exist in 2012. But just 6 years later, he collected well over 1 million in website revenue. 1 million in website revenue. Could you imagine that? His his initial investment was no more than a few $100s, and for most of the time that he owned the website, they were no more than a part-time venture. This is an example of wealth generation at its finest. According to an article on Forbes magazine by Jeff Rose on August 13, 2019. Also, you could make money through affiliated marketing, writing reviews of different cameras and equipment, as quoted from Shutterbug. A next way to make money is running workshop. Workshop is a popular move among photographers nowadays, and almost everyone trying to make a living out of nature photography is offering workshops. A Canon article by Lucille Fulford gives us one example. Rantomir, who has been running photographic workshops since 2002, and estimate they provide up to quarter of his income. Quarter of his income. Rather than focusing on destination photography as is common in the industry, he sets thematic workshop around a certain animal or photography technique. Not only can nature photography improve your life financially, but also nature photography helps to improve your life mentally by living in the present, which helps you to see the details and notice the beauty around you. When you shoot, you have to be aware of everything if you want to capture it. Awareness is the greatest agent for change, as quoted from Eckhart Tolle. Even the Buddha said, the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, worry about the future, and anticipate trouble, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. Nature photography could also help to improve your life mentally by making you forget your worries. It really gets you immersed in. You lose yourself in shooting, and all your worries and daily stress just melt away. For example, I was having a really hectic month last December, and I just took my camera and went on an adventure. And I did some landscape images, and while driving back home, it seems like nothing didn't happen. A next point on how nature photography could improve your life mentally is that it brings you in a space where you could witness love, which is really, really, really important. I keep emphasizing that. It's amazing. You might not even notice when you're shooting, but looking at photos afterwards, you see that emotion in an animal eyes or that togetherness between two animals if doing wildlife photography. Not only did I think that way, but even Iron Plant did. His words were something so peaceful about watching young mountain gorilla play, unaware of the critical role they play for the future of their species. And being able to capture that feeling or emotion is a privilege and honor that I find humbling. Similarly to financially and mentally, it also tends to improve your life socially. By just doing nature photography, you have to travel, hence, it tends to connect you with different types of human beings. For instance, Jennifer Pessimon, on her recent article, How Travel Connects and Binds Us Together, stated, on my travel, I'm constantly reminded that the message of love always outweighed the message of hate. This is why I travel. I learn more and more about connectedness and empathy and become kinder. I see time and time again that we are not actually that different and that each person seeks out similar things in their lives to be connected to others, have dignified work, and provide a better life for their children. What more would you need? The list could continue why nature photography is one of the best choices you should make as students. Just imagine it helps you financially, mentally, and socially, three of the main components for us students. So why not get involved in it? To walk into nature is to witness 1,000 miracles, Mary Davis once said. So join me and witness 1,000 miracles. A nature photography job never ends.